Yes, well, we always knew there was manganese in our area, and so we basically started looking at that about a year ago, and we identified several areas which were worth us having a bit more of a look at. And we started drilling there earlier this year after we did an arrangement with OM Holdings, and we've been drilling at Horseshoe South and an area called Bryah Creek. And Bryah Creek in particular is an area that hasn't been drill tested ever before. We've come up with some really good results there, and we're looking forward to getting back there and doing more drilling in the next round of exploration. Well, that deal was only signed in April this year. They paid us a signing fee and gave us $500,000 to fund 3 months worth of drilling. We've done that work. Most of the results have been received now and are out in the market. The Bryah Creek area really is very good. We've got some good results at Horseshoe South and another area of Black Hill where we've got some direct shipping grade ores. And in the next couple of weeks, OM need to make a decision to proceed to the next stage. We're confident that they'll be wanting to proceed, and then that would allow us to continue exploring with $2 million worth of expenditure in the next phase. What we saw on the surface was pretty indicative of what we were hoping for. The understanding of how the geology is in the area was pretty well known from previous explorers and consultants we've used advised us of that. So overall, yes, look, we've been intersecting intervals up to about 23, 25 metres of manganese, grading at 25, 26% in some areas. So those sorts of grades are what we were hoping for. We basically want to be looking at shallow open pit mining type areas which hold together so that we can get some tonnes and make it an economic proposition. About a week after we listed, I was on site and saw some manganese mining operations starting on ground adjoining us, and really the thought was we should have a good look at this, because if a private operator can be mining manganese in the area and making money, we should also look to make money, because really exploration, you burn a lot of cash quite quickly, and sometimes you don't have success in the first go. So basically our view was, well, let's see if we can generate some cash flow, and then that will fund our ongoing activities, avoid us having to go back to the market all the time and raise money. Dilution is a big problem for a lot of shareholders. As companies raise more and more money, there's a lot of shares go out on issue. So our view was, let's see where this takes us, and the fact that OM came and knocked on our door very quickly after we announced our strategy, I think vindicates our approach. As quickly as possible would be good, but just to give you some context, OM Holdings are mining at Bryah Creek in the Northern Territory at the moment. That mine life runs until the end of next year. They're taking at least half of their product, which is 800,000 tonnes a year came out of the mine last year. At least half of that goes to their own smelters, so they're looking to replace that supply into their own smelters. They've got a tailings retreatment project which will fill a bit of that gap, but they obviously want 200,000 to 300,000 tonnes of production to fill that gap. 18 months' time is not an unreasonable timetable for us to be looking at getting something happening, I'd say. Well, the cash flow coming towards us obviously will be used to fast track our exploration on copper and gold. We're obviously starting to like the idea of manganese being an easy way to make money, so we're obviously open to other manganese opportunities. But at the end of the day, there's plenty of projects if you've got the money to choose from, really. So last year we drilled 6,000 metres of drilling on half a dozen target areas from some geophysical work we'd done prior to that. We've got some good indications in a number of areas. The best area was a place called Windala, and we intersected gold in a number of drill holes there. It's in the right geological setting for it to be a repetition of a Horseshoe Lights deposit. Horseshoe Lights is 13 kilometres to the north. It's a high-grade copper-gold mine. It was the original copper-gold mine in the Bryah Basin before Sandfire's DeGruza discovery. And so we think where Windalub, that area looks really exciting for us. We want to go back there and drill there as soon as possible. Yeah, so the focus on that will be subject to funding Windalur. There's another area about 5 kilometres north of Peak Hill called Wongawa, which has got gold in rock chips, copper in rock chips as well, and it's a right geological setting, contact of the volcanics and the sediments. So those 2 areas in particular. There's a few others which have been identified through our geophysical work as well. So there's no shortage of targets for us to go and drill test.